Hello everyone and welcome to episode 18 of Ghost of Tsushima. We are just outside the bath that we took at the end of the previous episode, and we may as well go interact with Yuna some more. The Mongol warlord Altan has gone into hiding somewhere in Atsuna Prefecture. We must draw him out by eliminating his local ally known as the Black Wolf. I'll meet Yuna along the coast, then we'll take down this Black Wolf and force Altan's hand. We did the, I think, both of the last two parts of this just in the previous episode. And as soon as we can make sure that we have some flat open land to ride across, we'll call up Sora and should be there in no time. We're recording this on a Monday. It is the Monday just before Thanksgiving here in the United States of America, and that means a couple days off. Tomorrow will be the last day of work for me. Thursday will be the last day of work for my producer, and then we'll have at least a few days off, and that will be a big relief. Lots of busyness will follow us through afterwards. Wait, what is this? Oh, no, that's her. I thought that was a flower, and here is Yuna. Oh, I did not put on my proper outfit here.
Jin.
What is it?
A child's doll. Stained in blood.
The Black Wolf enslaves children?
Yes. Then he sells them to the Mamushi brothers.
Where is he?
His camp's down this path, but it's crawling with Mongol guards.
Then they will die with him.
I need to be the one to kill the Black Wolf. I had a chance a long time ago. But I couldn't.
I can help you. We'll attack head-on. Let him know we're coming.
I want him to feel helpless. Paralyzed.
He will. And by the time we're finished, Tan will feel the same.
It didn't occur to me earlier, is Jin slowly growing a beard as this goes on? And also hello to both Azaric and Tashir Games. I hope you both had a wonderful Monday. Tashir, I saw the tweet. I hope everything goes well this week and some clarity is brought to the situation. And also hello to Drienne. Okay, wait. We just said that we're attacking head-on. And if we're going to attack head-on, I think it's time that we dress for the occasion. I don't get to wear this that often unless we're doing duels. Let me just check to see our charms. Bonus damage at low health. Parries and perfect parries are easier to perform. Majorly reduces damage. Yes, I like all these things. All right, and let me just see, is there anything in here that we'd want better than that? Not really. I don't think so, not really. This is the only other one. Extra healing when... Sorry, extra health when healing, whatever, is actually really good. I would want that, I think, more than the increase of damage. This is our defensive one. Sorry, now I'm just trying to... Oh, wait, when did this happen? Slowly recover up to 2 resolve while in combat. I don't remember that. I don't remember ever getting that before. That's a really good one. Okay, let's get that one. Or this one. You know what? I'm usually at 50% or less health. Yeah, I'm going to switch out for Charm of Divine Healing already. Oh my gosh, Azric, thank you so much for the resubscription, man. I really appreciate that. Drienne has sent a reaction to one of the videos in Discord. I will check that out.
Mongol. If he sees us, he'll warn the others.
Leave it to me.
Oh, so immediately into stealth. Kill the Mongol. This cannot be as easy as it appears to be, because, like, I know how to do this.
Let's go.
Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Monday. It has been... I'm very much looking forward to the end of tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
Well.
Taka and I came here after we left Yarikawa. I thought it was a refuge. I was wrong.
Oh, by the way, we need to touch on some, why are we suddenly hiding? I thought we were attacking head on. I thought that was the whole thing, Yuna. I'm going to attack head on. That was like the plan. There were some plot developments in the last episode that I did not comment on and then forgot to circle back to, so we should do that. Man, when I sneak, they can't see me fast enough. Okay, fine. You got him? I'll get him too. Okay, this is a case where don't necessarily whoops.
Don't see the black wolf.
So, in the last episode, very quickly, because I wanted to, like, check these yurts and everything, we found out, or sorry, we found out that Yuna had been in this, like, child prison camp, and there was a single throwaway line that I picked up on that insinuated pretty heavily that she had been assaulted while there, and it just sort of, like, goes unaddressed elsewhere. But to me, one of the things that was remarkable is that those things did not happen after the Mongolian invasion. They happened decades ago. And it's interesting to me that Jin, whose family and uncle are charged with, you know, his uncle always presented like, oh, we are the vanguards of justice, we keep everybody safe, we mete out, you know, righteous condemnation and keep people safe. And it's like he is now coming face to face with all the areas of his homeland where that was not true, and he hasn't really talked about it. And it's like, guy, you need to start opening your eyes to what's happening here, because these people are mad at you for a lot more than what happened generations ago between these clans. So Shir says that today was a better day, but still not feeling the greatest, but better. That's good. Again, I was heartened to see on Twitter that there'll be some additional information forthcoming.
The coward likely fled.
He can't get away.
Wait, that Mongol ship offshore. He may be inside.
And also hello to Feecrest, who I think earlier said, give us a sign. Yeah, apparently the phrase that I'm incapable of saying without hilarious laughter from everybody.
Where is he?
Mongol screams will draw him out.
Hey, have you seen the Black Wolf? Oh, can I kick him overboard? Because that'd be fun. Ow.
Whatever you think I've done, Altan forced me.
You enslaved children!
No,
You've done it for 20 years! You held me and Taka captive, sold us to the Mamushi slave farm.
Taka. He was my favorite. But the way I remember it, you brought him to me.
I didn't know.
You know, he's yours. Are you alright?
Let's get off this boat. Burn it.
Sounds good. Here's the thing about me and vengeance. I think that vengeance can be taken by the person who...
Altan will see this and know we're coming. He'll be forced to act.
Jin. What the Black Wolf said was the truth.
What do you mean?
I met him when we came to Otsuna. He offered me food and a place to stay. I asked if I could bring my brother. He got us drunk. And then... Taka doesn't remember. But I do. I was frozen. I could have killed him. Saved Taka. But I was too scared.
It's not your fault. Because of you, you'll never hurt another child.
I need some time. I'm going back to the inn.
I'll see you there.
Anytime a game affords me the opportunity to let the wronged party conduct their vengeance, I'm going to step back and allow them to do it, even if I also have a claim to that vengeance, because usually I'm the new kid on the scene, and they have a much stronger claim than I do. Charm of Shadows reduces enemy detection speed. Okay, so this would be the final part of Yuna's tale, at least for now. And we know that's not going to be the end, because we also had a full tale with her in the southern island. Confronting the Black Wolf was painful for Yuna. She's gone back to the inn to regroup. I'll join her there and plan our next move. I am inclined to round out that story today, but let's see what else is in the area. And by the way, Dran is saying that they want to share a clip that they made of one of our videos, but it's from Walking Dead. I mean, as long as people know what it's from, I think they can make a fair determination. Is that's probably from the final season? Is that right? Oh, hold on. See, that's why I wanted to put on the traveling outfit, because we have Firefly here. People have said that this game is an easy platinum, and I have to assume... Where the hell is this thing pointing? I have to assume that getting a platinum would involve finding all of the collectibles in the world. So if it's easy, does that mean... And this is a rhetorical question. Don't answer this question. My question is, does that mean that if you finish the game, then it will, like, light up all of the collectibles in the world that you might have missed? Because otherwise, I don't see how it's easy. Used during religious ceremonies to aid the shaman in achieving a trance-like state, the sounds of beaten drums are often accompanied by call-and-response shouting and energetic circle dances. One such ceremony involves the... Okay. I mean, I really can't even make an educated guess on this. Talent? Okay. Or Black Shaman, whose primary function is to bring people into contact with an Ongun spirit. So it's from the first episode of the final season of Walking Dead, towards the end of the episode as well. So nobody watch that if you're planning to play the final season of The Walking Dead. Which I want to be very careful not to say much of anything about, except that I am really, really impressed by the quality of it. And my impression so far is that it makes me very sad that Telltale wasn't able to continue as a company, or that, you know, I really want to see that creative team get more time to do more things. And where did that bird go? Here it is. Maybe I'm just a light touch on narrative games in general, because there's so few that I don't enjoy. Bird? Who do you think I am? I can't get up there. I'm going to try to follow it over here, but... I might be able to get up here. So somebody earlier, by the way, had said a dish best served cold, and I did see the comment, but did not get a chance to see who had said it because I was also watching the cutscene. But Chivalry is followed up with White Hot Poker Vengeance is good too. Isn't it? One of my... Are we allowed to say any spoilers for the television series Friday Night Lights? Because I feel like not everyone has seen it, and that means that too few people have seen it, because that was a very, very good show, especially for the first couple seasons. So you found a new straw hat. I'm not going to wear this. Wait, what is different between this and the other mossy one? Okay, I'm not going to scroll through every hat that I have to find the mossy one. Let's, I haven't been indigo in a little bit. I actually really like the indigo and blue, but let's see if we've got anything else in here. Let's mix it up. No, no. Also no. The white headband is okay with this outfit, but what else do we have that we haven't worn a whole bunch? I remember when he played Spider-Man, I didn't want to change his outfit at all, just because, I mean, the problem is that I really like Spider-Man's default outfit. I don't think we've ever worn this one. Let's wear this headband. Oh, it was Fee. A dish best served cold. That's not actually from Wrath of Khan. Like, that's like a Sun Tzu thing or something, right? Like, I know Khan says it, but... By the way, so... Does anybody know if this is true? Oh gosh, I think that I've mentioned this in the past. I've heard that Gene Roddenberry was trying to get back in touch with an associate that he had during his time, I believe, in the Vietnam War, and the person's name was like Kan Sung. And so he named two prominent characters in Star Trek, Kan Sing and Noonien Soong. And I am curious if that is true. And also, did Gene Roddenberry ever successfully make contact with that person? Apparently, it was a friend that he had known who lived in Vietnam and, you know, the Vietnam War. So it didn't necessarily end in a situation where he had rapid access. I'm gonna get real pissed. Yep. Oh boy. This tree is a big help. Hold on a second, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm in the wrong stance, too. That's probably part of it. Okay, well... I'm still standing and they're not, so we'll just tell everyone that this went well. More Than Me is asking who the hell else is here. Well, let's see. We've got Azaric. We've got... Who just resubscribed. We've got Tashir. We've got Drienne. Feecrest. Oh, gosh. Now I'm going to feel terrible if I've forgotten anybody. I know that He Who Dies is streaming some Star Wars Squadrons, which remains on sale for just like a little over $20. The only reason we haven't scooped that up is that I'm not sure when I would play it, and it's sort of one of those things that, you know, may be even on a deeper sale before I get around to playing it, but as... Oh, wait, what's this? A pin. When did I set that? Oh, I was exploring this area. Okay, yeah, let's go head over and say hello to Yuna. Oh, and Mia, if you missed it, Drienne just posted a... one of the moments from episode 1 of the final season of The Walking Dead. Which, based on the title, I think I know which part they mean. Wait, has He Who Dies switched over to Grounded? Because he was playing Star Wars Squadrons when we started. I want to play Grounded a lot, but I also want Grounded to be finished. What? Oh, okay. Oh, Mia's also in Caraluna's chat as well. I did not realize that Caraluna was also streaming. Mia, what is Caraluna playing? I'm curious. We're gonna go have a chat with Yuna. Yeah, I feel like going in for any sort of medical testing can be very nerve-wracking because you know, what if they find something? But if it can bring clarity to the situation, a lot of times it can produce really good results. I had a friend, and I want to tell this story because I have permission to tell this story. I don't know that we have time right now because I'm still trying to find exactly where Yuna is. She's 50 meters this way. But I have a friend who had to have a lot of testing, like a lot of testing. But once the situation was figured out and made clear, he was able to get on medication that has radically improved his quality of life. So that is whoa. Entered the mist hut here. Why is this... Wait, what? What? That was a very abrupt weather change. Gosh, now I'm in Silent Hill. How do we get upstairs? And before jumping into it, I really want to stress again that I have asked... So it's HW, just so there's no mystery to it. I have spoken to him on a number of occasions about, like, hey, is this a story that can be shared? And he is very much yes, because there's a few different ways in which it is, I think, valuable. I'm gonna just walk past this heartfelt moment to steal those supplies, and as the mist clears...
What happened?
Altan got our message.
This was his answer. He said to meet him at a camp near the Kushi border.
He'll pay for this. We will bring him to justice.
You've brought nothing but death.
It is our duty to exact revenge. We'll take it from Altan or die trying.
That's the duty of a samurai. Yuna's just a thief. And thieves have no honor.
We'll make this right. I swear.
Your promises are just like you. Worthless.
Let's get the horses.
I'm not a fan of that lady. As soon as we get on the horse, there is guaranteed to be some more dialogue. The end of the story, I'll say, would be sometimes trying to figure out what is the cause of this problem or discomfort that I'm having. That can be a very, very long road, but getting the answers to those questions can...
we're riding into a trap.
I know, but I owe it to Ichi.
Our focus has to be Altan. Whatever happened between you and her, it can't get in the way.
You don't understand. Ichi was a slave at the Mamushi farm. It's where we met. She looked out for me and Taka. Shielded us from the worst. She's the reason we escaped.
She chose to do that. You don't owe her anything.
That's not all of it. We swore to get out of that place together. One moment, we were all running. The next, Ichi was screaming. And I kept running. I abandoned her, Jin. I owe her my life.
Whoa. Wait. No.
I owe her my life.
You were right to run. I saw what kind of men those brothers were. If you tried to fight them, they would have killed you.
Is running part of the samurai code?
You were children. Sometimes running is the only way to survive. What's done is in the past. It will only get in the way when we face Altan.
I don't let anything get in my way.
Real quick, the interaction that Yuna shared about how she and Taka came to be in the slave camp, she's guilty of having been tricked by food and a warm fire when she was a child. She's guilty of having a guy who took advantage of her because he wanted to prey on children, and she was too young to recognize that and to be concerned about it. I understand the fact that she feels guilty. I also would say that she has nothing to feel guilty about. It's not going to help. Like, you can't just, wish away that kind of guilt. But, I mean, factually speaking, she was taken advantage of. I am trying to work out... Are we going this way now? The wind seems to be going this way, Yuna. Yes, okay. Nope. Wait, are you coming? Nope, she's done with this place. Alright, I'm gonna gust the wind. Okay, let's go this way. So since we have a few moments, HW has a form of epilepsy, and when properly medicated, there are absolutely no symptoms. However, getting the proper combination of medication for him specifically required probably about 18 months of diagnostic testing and attempts and recalibrations and different medications until they found the exact set that would work. And once they did, what used to be entirely random but debilitating seizures have, as far as I know, and unless he hasn't mentioned it, completely passed. He is totally and 100% seizure free on the one provision that he stays very regular on his medication and doesn't do certain things like, get unnecessarily get sleep deprived, no drinking, anything like that. And he follows those rules to the absolute letter. And one of the reasons that I've asked if I can share his story is because with the medication, he is 100% perfectly fine. If he was ever denied that medication, for example, if his medical insurance provider were allowed to rescind his coverage and not cover the cost of that medication, it would be extremely bad. So it is an example of somebody that I know in my real life, someone who I've known for more years than I've been alive not knowing him, that it is a dramatic change. It is a complete 180 in his quality of life to have access to medical insurance. So that's generally why I bring it up. But in this case, I would just say that, again, sometimes it takes a while to suss out what is the cause of the issue, but the answers are not always dire, and they're not always even alarming. Sometimes it can be something that is so straightforward that it's easily resolved. And that's all I have to say about that.
Be careful. We don't know how many men Altan brought with him.
Or where the bastard's hiding.
Adrian is saying that healthcare should be a right, not a privilege. Absolutely. I mean, unequivocally, yes. I do not understand the idea that there is a shortage of healthcare in the United States or in the world, but I can only mostly speak for the United States of America, where the nurses that I know are dramatically overworked. They, nursing is... Who am I standoffing against? Okay, okay, I really want to kill myself to Altan, if I can. I don't understand how we simultaneously have a nursing shortage and also nurses and doctors are going to the hospital and they're working, 18 and 36-hour shifts and so forth. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe this is just me exposing my ignorance, but it feels like a wealthy industrialized country should be able to provide medical care for its people. And one of the reasons that I would say that is because other westernized industrial countries do that for their people. Okay. This is starting to feel a bit like cheating. But I'm okay with it. Yeah, I don't know that I'm prepared to do a dissertation on healthcare. I can only say that it is something that I feel like if you're a human being, then you know someone who has had some sort of significant health issues in their lives. Okay, I can do ghost mode now, so that's exciting. I'd like to do it at a really dramatic moment, but then again, the longer I'm alive, the more likely it is that I'm going to take some sort of damage and ruin it. Oh, by the way, I should be in a different outfit. Let's get into his... If I'm going to do ghost mode, I'd really like to do it in a crowd. Gather round, everyone. I've got something to show you. Oh, I really should have used more moons. Vicarus is saying other industrialized countries also practice a sense of sanity, common sense, and are not drowning in religious dogma and racism. Well, I mean, so this is where, like, I have to defer to the people that live in those countries because, for example, people who live in Australia, which also has, like, universal health care, have all manner of really severe moral issues with the way that their government does, you know, in particular, treats natives of the Australian lands and so forth. And, like, I am, you know, how they treat refugees that might come in from India or Pakistan. And it's like, these are just things that I am ill-equipped to talk about. So what I can talk about is that it just seems notable that other countries, including ones like Canada that are just north of the border, you know, the United Kingdom, these countries are all somehow able to provide some form of, like, healthcare for their people. Oh, whoops, I really thought it was facing the other way. And in the United States, we've sort of made the national determination that, no, there's just no way. We just can't. Can't be done. There's no way to do it. Oh! Yeah, now that we've introduced ghost mode to the mix, okay, that's... No! You jackass! I don't want to take any damage, because I want to use ghost mode some more. Oh, hello, Yuna.
Jin, someone's coming.
Okay, hold on. Yuna wants to talk, but I want to loot, so we're gonna do that real quick. Oh, and we found an artifact without the help of Firefly. Fox Eyes doesn't laugh at MXC. Is MXC still on someplace? I feel like I last saw that, gosh, like a decade ago. Shagai, thought to be one of the first forms of dice, the term Shagai refers to the ankle of a goat or sheep. Games involving the use of Shagai, sometimes identified as ankle bone shooting, involve predicting the side the bones will land up or down when rolled. In addition to this, wolf Shagai are kept as a sign of good luck and fortune. Okay. Ah, it's streaming on Amazon. Also, I saw that Titans, that like DC Titans, like the comic book superhero-y show about like Robin and Starfire and friends, like that was originally unique to like DC's streaming service, but now it's on HBO Max. Do I follow that correctly? Because I wouldn't object to seeing that. I'm just not willing to subscribe to like DC Universe Online or whatever that used to be called. Oh, right, the Murder Hut. Yep, I remember this place.
It's him!
Altan.
With another pack of dogs.
But I want to ask Drienne about Poland. Is it Portland at first?
Face judgment for your crimes.
You cannot judge me. You murdered your own people.
The Mamushi brothers and the Black Wolf are traitors.
Is that your excuse? Your reason to become the ghost and kill? No wonder the Straw Hat Ryuzo turned on you.
Enough! It's time to finish this.
Tashir is saying that DC is part of the HBO Max deal, which I did not know. I really am looking forward to the Snyder Cut. I have different expectations than I think most people do, but I am very much looking forward to seeing it. This is, for anyone who is not aware, the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Yep, as soon as I try to block, he's gonna do an unblockable. Okay, that's not the way to win this fight. Or any fight.
You do what you need to survive. And yet you despise others for doing the same.
Whoa! This guy did not need to come to Tsushima in order to survive. He chose to do it. As did all the Mongols. They weren't invited here.
Kill in service of the Great Peace. You kill in service of yourself.
Crap. Okay, all of a sudden he's wise to all my moves.
No more lies, Altan. I know what you are.
Wait, we're done, though, right? No, what is this? No, everyone, that's not the rule, okay? I beat him, and then you all give up. That's the way that this works. Did we not discuss these rules beforehand? I would like to speak with the manager, please. God, I had no idea that Mongols would be fighting dirty. That's not cool, everyone. Who is Itchy? Oh.
You killed Altan. But our people know what you did to the others. Now they're afraid the ghost will come for them next.
Good people have nothing to fear from me.
What do you believe, Ichi? Are we monsters?
I think you did what you had to. Goodbye, Yuna.
Don't let what Ichi said bother you.
I don't want our own people afraid of me.
You can't expect everyone to understand what you're doing, or why.
No. But I wonder if I've crossed the line.
If we have. We are on the right side of it.
Okay, so hello to Ricardio just vibing. Thank you very much for the kind words from Samalander. Yeah, no, that was just very funny because I legit thought that we were finished. Okay, the charm of swift return, and it's a ranged charm. Any predictions on what that does? Because I have none. So let's press options to view. Missed standard arrows have a 25% chance of being recoverable. I haven't run out of arrows in a real long time, and I shoot arrows all of the time. So maybe we'll put that onto the archery outfit, but I kind of don't think so. All right, come on, Sora. Oh, wait. Did somebody resub? Oh, I'm so sorry. There was a big fight happening. Let me scroll back up. It was Ricardio. Ricardio, man, thank you so much for the resubscription. I saw the message, very tired, and Ken will fall asleep at any time. But I just didn't realize that was tied to a resubscription message. Ricardio, thank you so much. And I was so happy to hear that you were having such a good time with FTL. I love it when, like, proper names are the things that I just can't quite reach for in the middle of a sentence. But yeah, Ricardio won FTL on one of the raffles that Mia does on twitch.tv/morethanamia, and he loaded up and actually streamed his early playthroughs of the game and was having a really good time with it. FTL is a very, very neat game. The same company did Into the Breach, which is it looks similar in terms of its art style, but is completely different in that it is a small-scale turn-based strategy game about giant robots traveling back in time to fight giant bugs. Ooh, hold on. We have a brand new Pillar of Honor sword set. Hijiki in Sunlight. Let's take a look at it. Oh, that is ostentatious. Wow, that is gonna draw the eye. I don't know if I have a set of armor that I'd want to put that on, but I want to put it on something, so... Hey, let's put it on his archer set. I think it'll look good on that. Let's go to... Nope. Let's go to here, and that one. Yeah, especially with the green. That looks real good. Yes, Samalander. Faster Than Light. Samalander says that game is amazing, and Ricardio is confirming that was the very first time that he loaded it up. And Sam Lander's going to watch the VOD, which is like, that right there makes me really glad that I decided to bring it up, because I love pointing people at good and fun videos. Okay, so we have, oh, that wasn't even what we were coming for. I was following Yellowbird. Also, so, Tashir, if you're still here, what happened at the women's tag team match on the pay-per-view? I saw you mention on Twitter that it was like it was humiliating. Like, it was so embarrassing what they did for that. And I'm just curious what was the deal with it? Okay, so if I can kill 3 more enemies without taking damage, we will get to do ghost mode some more. Which is my new goal all of the time. Oh, are there no more? Yes. Boy, when I was predicting that I'd never get to do that in actual gameplay, I was overlooking my love of stabbing people or shooting them from safe locations. And now I feel like there's a fun reward for doing so. Ricardo is saying of FTL, it's so much learning by doing that it doesn't get boring even after many hours of playing. And like I was saying to Ricardo, like there's a ton of unlockable starting ships to experiment with, and they have different starting conditions and stuff. It seems like a super neat game. But yeah, the reason I've brought up Into the Breach, which is the other game from the same development team, is that it was free a while back on Epic, so if people have been keeping up on their free Epic games, they might have it and not even realize that it's of the same pedigree. Oh. Oh, I really wanted that bomb to go off on him. Oh boy. New friends. Oh, I really thought I could get his face. This is a few too many guys for me to track all at once. Oh, I don't like the sound of that dog. Hold on. Wait, where's the screaming man? God, that's fun to do. Oh dear, I'm so sorry I missed it. So first of all, hello to G Nice, and thank you so much for coming by. G Nice, I don't know that we get to like talk really to you a whole bunch, but I have so much fun when you are part of Division Force and you guys start talking about like movies and stuff like that. Those are legit some of my favorite times in Division Force, when you are there and everybody's sort of all together. So Tashir is saying it was a 5-on-5 elimination match. The red team tells one lady to stand in the corner while they do the work. Everyone else gets eliminated, and she magically is a sole survivor even though she did zero work. Yeah, that sounds poorly handled. Oh, really? So similar interesting of FTL, people do hard mode win streaks. And then G Nice came in and everybody's greeting G Nice, which I am also very glad to see him in here. And yeah, so Tashir's saying that he went to his doctor today for some tests, got a chest x-ray in the morning. Hopefully he'll know what's going on with him by the end of the week, which was what I was referencing was discussed on Twitter. And I feel like there's good reason for optimism. Let me just switch gear. Yeah, and as Azric says, best wishes. Like I hope that they are able to come to a clear determination. Hold on a second. I can feel Firefly in that the controller is vibrating. Okay, here we go. Is it in the yurt? Kind of feels like it's in the yurt. No. No. Okay. Although, now it's pointing this way. Oh, is it this giant flashing thing? Yes, probably. The tono is a large circular ring or crown of the traditional Mongolian yurt. Constructed from durable wood, these structures are highly valued and often passed down from multiple generations. Interesting. They stand for generations. Huh, okay. Okay, hold on. What's this about? Well, they don't seem friendly. Excuse me, are you guys friendly? Ow.
About you are just that. Stories.
Well, the thing is about the stories about me is that I'm the one still alive to tell them, so... Yeah, and thank you to everyone in chat who is expressing what I was reaching for as well. I just, I want people in the community to know how much their health and well-being means to all of us. On that note, I don't really know how much to discuss it. Like, we're gonna be able to do some streaming here right on Thanksgiving Day, as far as I know, because there's not going to be any family stopping by. We'll be communicating with some remotely, but I know that for some people that's like a big blow. Like, it really hurts if they can't be with family for Thanksgiving, and I would just want them to know that you know, you can still reach out to people remotely. You can still get them on the phone, get them on FaceTime, get them on Discord, whatever it's going to be, and talk with them even if it's distant. And even if it doesn't feel the same, there are ways to connect here during the holiday season, and please consider doing those things as opposed to trying to go meet with them in person, because this really feels like a year to adhere to discretion and try to be safe through the holidays instead of doing a big travel plans.
I think the Mongols are afraid of our hot springs, Lord Sakai. They avoid them.
Perhaps they don't like the smell of sulfur. Or they're afraid taking a bath will make them sick.
Let's hope they stay afraid, my lord. If any warrior is going to gain strength from Tsushima's hot springs, it should be you.
I can't argue with that.
Oh, Mia, I'm all about, like, playing something on Thanksgiving. That'd be a great day, I think, to try out some Bridge Crew. I'm really looking forward to trying out Bridge Crew. And I'll also defer to the thoughts in the group. My thought is that Star Trek Bridge Crew is not a game that really benefits from multi-streaming. And it's not that I have any objection to it. It's just we're all sort of in the same room. So the only thing that people would get is a view of what's happening on each console. And I'm concerned that that would just give video footage evidence of me screwing up at some point. So I am perfectly comfortable with just having it be on anyone else's stream. It occurs to me that, you know, we're far enough in now that people might wonder, like, what is the value of shooting the pigs and what are you doing with that? For the record, for anybody who isn't familiar with the game, these predator skins are then used to trade for goods and cosmetics at the trapper. So that's why I continue to shoot the pigs and the bears, but never the deer, because as we learned earlier, they are sacred in Japan. So shooting them gives you nothing. And I did it once and got nothing for it, and then I felt bad for the deer. Yeah, when me and I played, to learn, you know, when I was learning what even is Bridge Crew, the bridge had a tendency to explode randomly. Okay, I feel like we are at a shrine, because that usually indicates shrine. The question is, which way does the gate point? Oh, this way, for sure. Can I read this? The Scarlet Rock Shrine, Sanctuary of Tsukuyomi, Kami of the Moon. Oops. I meant to stop reading. So this came up in a recent stream. Let me ask this to chat. Has anybody else ever heard or have any hands-on experience with the fact that you cannot read in a dream? That if you are dreaming, here's what I've heard. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, that sounds plausible, but I don't know if you could prove it. Here's what I've heard. When you are dreaming, that brain activity is happening entirely in one side of your brain, and it is the opposite side from the brain, from the part of your brain that handles reading. So whatever you might see or do, I need to check out what this is. Whatever you might see or experience in a dream, one thing that you will never experience is like picking up a book and reading it. You might have the experience of like believing that you read something or remembering that something was read, but not actually reading information inside of a dream. Now, I would counter, what is the difference between remembering reading something versus actually doing it in the dream? Like, how would you differentiate that? But I've heard that fact, and I have questions about it. What? Oh, sure, let's do a standoff since they already know that I'm here. So I suck at these now. Remember when I did these perfectly every time? Now I'm very bad at them. Well, I seem to have gotten this one okay. Get ready for a surprise! Get out of my way, corpse. So how are you feeling? Really? More things to fight? Was that a boar? Oh my god, I honestly thought that was a hippo. He looked huge. I've always wondered what it was like for the woman in that moment in Total Recall, where like, for anybody who hasn't seen it, I'm just going to spoil it right now. The Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Total Recall, which from now on we'll just call Total Recall because, I mean, let's face it. So in Total Recall, there's a scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger has to get through like airport security, give or take. And so he dresses up as a woman. And the woman that he is an actual woman that they cast. And then like there's a special effect where she takes off her head. And what was it like to get the casting call? Hi, we've got a great job for you. You're perfect for the role that we have in mind of Arnold Schwarzenegger, except a woman. You are the sufficient size and body shape to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but a woman. Which is like, I mean, it's paying work, right? And I have the same question about like when they have to get the kid that the bully is just horribly being terrible to in like the high school like coming of age movie. And they'll have like these kids that are like the unpopular kids. And what is it like to get that casting call? Like, man, we have just the project for you. We need a weak, mewling, pathetic, sniveling loser that the audience can really believe would be an easy target in high school. And don't worry, you're not the hero that's going to rise above it. You're the one that the hero comes to save on their journey to be a better person. What do you think? And of course, it's like, well, I need the work. Sounds great. Sorry, I'm looking for... Where is the... So I'm with this shrine all the way to this point. So it has to be this way. Okay. Now, wait, before I go in there, have I been already... I've already been here. So that was a long journey for nothing. So, is there anything else we want to do? There was like a black dye merchant there. Well, I've got all sorts of black vanity gear that we can go to. How am I doing on... Hold on, let me draw my sword. Oh, I have almost full moons. Is there a... Yes, there is. I was going to go do this earlier. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to go to the Black Dye Merchant, and then we're going to go try to do a duel. Hello to Marquack. The voice of Johnny Cab in Total Recall is Robert Picardo. I had no idea. And then Marquardt unnecessarily explains that he's the hologram doctor on Voyager. Of course he is. He's the best one on Voyager. Robert Picardo, Star Trek Voyager is the Robert Picardo show featuring Jerry Ryan. That's what that show is. It has the best quote that I've heard about Star Trek Voyager, and forgive me if I've already shared this one, but Star Trek Voyager, I like everything about Star Trek Voyager. I like the cast, I like the premise, I like the special effects, I like some of the storylines that they do. I like everything except watching Star Trek Voyager because it is not a good show. And it's not a good show. But Robert Picardo is really good in that. And I remember seeing a very interesting interview with him where he was like, at first, like the first season or so, it was so boring. And it was really something that he struggled with, because how do you bring anything to a character who is by definition a completely blank slate? And it was as the character started to grow and evolve that the blank slate that he'd started from became such an interesting aspect of the show. And boy, the writers knew it. They knew that they had something special in Robert Picardo, and they ran with it. Sorry, I'm a big fan of Robert Picardo.
Are you alive or a spirit?
Alive. For now. And wondering what you do here.
I feared the secrets of my dyes would go to waste. But a samurai lives. My colors are midnight. Trees blackened by fire. Eyes dark with yearning. Bring me the right materials, and I will clothe you, my lord.
So we're going to have to buy all of these. I don't actually know if I'm going to spend a lot of time in black. I kind of feel like it's a little bit too on the nose for Samurai Becomes Ninja. But look at this. I mean, he basically looks like he bathed in tar. You know, tar sticks to some people.
The darkness suits you.
It really does. And you know what I like about this? The sash on the hat is black, because that's kind of an issue.
The Mongols will think the very shadows have come for them.
That you can't wear that hat when he's wearing green because it looks terrible. Wait, I have more outfits in this. Why can't I? So the Tadiori and the Traveler's outfit. I don't have black samurai armor. Okay. I really thought you could, like, just splash some pitch on that. What? No. And bow vanity. Sure. I mean, I've got 17 flowers. We might as well spend it
has taken up arms.
on that. Okay, and that's all I get.
You have my thanks.
Sam Leonard said, featuring Jerry Ryan's catsuit. So that catsuit was apparently one of the causes of a lot of bad blood between... And I, by the way, so because somebody said, who was it? Drienne said that they happen to like Janeway for the most part. I like Janeway a lot. I feel like boy, do I disagree with people who... No, I don't want to find Ishikawa right now. I want to go do a duel. Kate Mulgrew was awesome. She was really good on Star Trek Voyager, and I vehemently disagree with anybody who, you know, mocks her demeanor or her hairstyle or some of the other, like, really unnecessary and I feel very hollow criticisms of her. Now, Janeway as a character has some problems. Tuvix, for example. Hey everyone, remember the episode of Star Trek Voyager when Janeway straight up murders a guy who's begging for his life in order to get back two far inferior characters? I sure do. Tuvix was great, and I like the actor that played Tuvix, and Janeway murdered that guy, and I don't understand why that's okay. No offense to Tim Russ or Ethan Phillips, but the guy that played Tuvix nailed it in one. He was all of the best parts of Tuvok, and also he had an outfit that was reminiscent of Neelix, which was the best part of Neelix. And put them together, and you got a really great character, and I would have been all about... You know what would have been ideal?
Remains of a robbery and fresh blood. Someone was hurt. Could be nearby.
I'm never going to get to do this duel. Hold on a second. Now we've got to find who's hurt. And I assume they went this way? Okay, wait, I did not know that Kate Mulgrew was in Orange is the New Black, so now I need to watch it. I really like Kate Mulgrew. So anyway, so Kate Mulgrew, she took her role as the first captain of, like, a major Star Trek series really seriously. And that is somehow... Okay, hold on a second. That is sometimes taken as being at odds with the fact that she had never watched Star Trek before, but once she realized, like, hold on, this is actually a historic role. Like, this is a decades-old franchise, and I am now going to be known as the first captain. Like, it was something that meant a lot to her. And... Hold on. Nope. To hear them tell it, what happened was when the producers of Voyager decided that they needed to make some casting changes and got rid of the actress who played Kess. And unfortunately, I don't remember her name right now, but she's a very, very prolific voice actress, or at least she was. I don't know if she's doing as much acting anymore, but for some reason... it was decided that we need to get rid of Kess. And Kess as a character, again, had some issues. Kess is 3 years old, and she's dating Neelix, who is not 3 years old. And it's not quite as weird as it sounds, but it's still really bad. I have issues with Kess as a character, but that is not on the actress that played her, who was very good. In any event, we're going to get rid of Kess, and we're going to bring in Jerry Ryan, I guess his remaining enemies, to be challenged. But none of them better hit me, because I've got ghost mode. Oh! Okay. We almost took that arrow, so we're going to have to finish these guys off. I want to look at chat as well. Nope, that's not a thing. Adrian's saying that Fequest is agreeing that Kate Mulgrew is great. Adrian is saying that she is fantastic in Orange is the New Black, and says Adrian likes many characters in that show. It shows the ability to balance various parts so well. It's humanity, it's humor, it's truth, it's good stuff. And Sam Lander's asking if Ghost Mode always lasts 3 kills. You know as much as I do. I believe the answer is yes, because it has reliably lasted exactly 3 kills, even if there are more guys there. And this game wants me to do anything other... Like, look, there's a quest here now. Wait, this is what we were doing. I found some discarded items and blood where someone was robbed in the path to Kushi. I hope to find whoever is hurt before it's too late. Well, we killed a lot of guys. Let's search for the victim. Oh, and that's what this was. Okay, I'm glad I didn't leave. I got caught up in Star Trek tales.
They were torturing him. Whatever they wanted, he wouldn't give it up. Torn flower petals, dirt, like he was digging for something, trying to hide it. He gave his life for whatever he was hiding. I should see if I can find it.
I've been trying to do this duel for 2 episodes now. We're never gonna get there. There's too much cool stuff in this game. Search for the hidden item. And I bet it's going to be a circle. Yep. So, anyway, here's Janeway, and she wants to be this, one of the principals on a television series that says, women are equals, women are to be taken seriously, a woman can be in command and be a figure of authority. And this was very important to her. And then here we are in, season 3 or whenever it happened, when Whoa, hold on. Here's Jerry Ryan walking up in this skin-tight outfit to be... I will leave it to the listeners to decide what the producers intended Jerry Ryan to be. Now, on purpose or not, they cast a very, very good actress to play this part. I do not know where this blood trail goes, by the way. But, Jerry Ryan's presence and what she represented to Kate Mulgrew on the series, that now we're going to be like maximizing sex appeal at the expense of the tone that the show was supposed to be about. This led to a lot of bad blood between the two actors for many years. Now, my understanding is that in more recent years, they have really made amends and come to an understanding, and all of that is in the past. But yeah, that whole look was not received well by Kate Mulgrew, and there was a lot of nastiness between them on set. Look at this. The blood goes this way. Is this where the secret item is? Or am I not supposed to be following the blood trail? Because there's no blood past this point. Unless someone else sees it. The blood goes here. And mostly what I just said was pulled from a variety of interviews that can be found on YouTube. At one point I typed in like Star Trek into YouTube, and it decided to recommend millions of different videos from different Star Trek conventions. And for a while ahead of work, I would watch through these videos and watch the different interviews, and it was interesting stuff. I do not see where that blood goes. So... okay, let me look at the journal, because I need a little bit more information about exactly fulfill it and find the monk's ill-fated undertaking. So, the torn petals seem like an important clue, right? So, do we see any of those red flowers, like, see them over there? So, why does he have torn red petals near him? Are there any around here that we can see? Sam Leonard says they intended for her to be a sex pot. She exceeded that role well. Yeah, Jerry Ryan is really good. And it's just interesting to look back on all of the scenes. Like, 7 of 9 had 2 characters that she interacted with the most. One of them was Robert Picardo's character, who was also searching for a path to humanity, where 7 of 9 was seeking to reclaim her humanity, or trying to weigh mechanically whether or not humanity was worth pursuing. It can't just be this. No, but I'm glad that I found that. Here's the doctor trying to determine... I guess actually they're on a very similar path. I should rephrase this. Where neither of them... both of them have been something other than human. The Doctor by his nature, and 7 of 9 by force. And now they're trying to reconcile the entities that they are now versus who they are capable of becoming and how they want to do that. I still do not know what I'm looking for. Wait, there's a red flower over there. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, dead people.
I found in the monk.
Okay, I do not know how the blood ever led up here. We're gonna have to go search that later.
This must be what the monk hid from the Mongols. It belongs at Kushi Temple.
A Tsushima relic, a small precious statue belonging to Kushi Temple. Can I bring that back? Also, where is Sushi Temple? Oh, sorry, Kushi Temple. Oh yes, I can do it right now. It's just 660 meters away, and I'm not gonna do that, damn it. I'm gonna go do the duel. Let's all remember, we're all gonna make a pact that after the duel is over, I'm gonna go return the relic. Yeah, to me, it is not surprising at all that the best episodes of Star Trek Voyager center on Robert Picardo and Jerry Ryan. I'll also say that Tim Russ, I think, plays the best Vulcan that I have seen. Because unlike Spock, he's not half human. What was that guy even doing here? Just waiting to get stabbed? Although, hey, good news. We now have full resolve. So I gotta get here before I do anything dangerous. The thing is, the trouble with, like, I am a Vulcan and I don't feel any emotion is that it's kind of difficult to do, like, at least the kind of stories that I like. They could have episodes where Tuvok would interact with, like, a little kid, or they'd have episodes where Tuvok would interact with Tom Paris and he's annoying, or they'd have episodes where Tuvok would interact with, like, a pillar and it would make him emotional or whatever. But, like, you can't do a lot of character growth, at least not in the storytelling sense that we're accustomed to, because Vulcans want to do, like, scientific discovery. That's how they grow as individuals. They solve a math problem, and then they're, like, more fulfilled than they used to be. And they don't find love, they find a mutually compatible relationship. And it's like, oh, be still my heart. So it's kind of hard to do stories, but, like, in terms of, like, when you see who Tim Russ is versus who he played, then you're like, oh, like, there's some great bloopers with him. I really want to... Okay, that's where we're trying to go. Got it. How do I get down there? Apparently, I do the entire temple. We can't get there without doing the temple. Game. Ugh. Okay, so 3 seconds, because a lot has been happening in chat, and I want to look. So, Arnold except fat. Robert Picardo was the cowboy from Inner Space. Yeah, once you see Robert Picardo in anything, you'll see him in a lot of stuff. He also played the garbage man in The Burbs, which... Someday we've got to talk about The Burbs, because, boy, is that a movie. Jack Putter to the rescue. I'm not familiar with Jack Putter offhand. And... Tashir didn't know that, like, the feud was a thing. Vicarus is saying Star Trek has never been shy about sex appeal. Yeah, remember those skirts in the original series? Like, those were barely underwear. Let's just take a quick look here. Return the relic, but it belongs in a museum. Well, it's their like cultural heritage. I like to think that we are returning it to the people that it belongs to. Oh, Tashir is turning in. Tashir, best of luck tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out. And thank you for the explanation on the pay-per-view, because I was really curious what all had happened. I saw a lot of people were upset about it. He Who Dies is here. Hello to He Who. So He Who, you were playing both... Okay, so Null is saying that you don't have to do the temple to get down there, so I will try to find another way. He Who, I saw that you were playing... I don't know how to get down there safely, though. I thought you were playing Star Trek Squadrons, but when Mia did the shout-out a little bit ago, it looked like you had switched over to Nuts, and now I already forgot what it was. Okay. I cannot get down safely from here, so we're going to go down this way. Actually, maybe the temple is that way, and maybe this is something else. If there was a deep enough pool of water, I would dive. Grounded! That was it! Yeah, so He Who, how are you liking Grounded? I know that Toxic, Toxikk, has played a bunch of that, and he continues to go back to it, so it seems like they're having a good time. I also know that they just did the Koi Pond upgrade, or expansion. Release, patch, version, I don't know what to call it, but they added a Koi Pond. To me, the idea of being shrunk down like that is kind of horrifying. I remember when the movie Downsizing came out, I had to text Mia and say, please do not do that. Please do not sacrifice your self-direction, self-control, your agency in life to go, like, live in a dollhouse? What even is that movie? I haven't seen it, so I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying that, like, based on the trailers, that looks awful, and I cannot envision anybody doing that willingly. Okay, wait, before we jump in. So, bonus damage when low on health. Parries are easier to do. I feel like all of this is good. Okay, let's go do a duel. I will absolutely check out that VOD, Hihu. He says that you want horrifying. Check him out reacting to a sudden spider attack.
It is an honor to meet you, my lord. Prepare for battle. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm going to make one change, though, because it turns out that we've been in yellow samurai armor for a while. So let's switch to white. And I am also going to switch out his sword. That one's okay. I think of one that we haven't used or haven't used recently. That one looks like it belongs at like a medieval fair or something. Oh, we haven't used this one at all. And what better way to use the Sea Dragon's wing than here on the beach? Okay.
We don't have to do this. I promise to face you. I may only be a Ronin, but I keep my word.
As you wish.
I'm not sure I want to kill this guy. He seems like an okay dude. Yeah, Hihu, I am definitely going to play Grounded, and I'd love to do it with Mia and Feecrest. At issue is, I personally want to wait for it to be done. I want to play it at 1.0. I waited for all the Telltale games to be done before playing them. I waited for Factorio to be done before I played it. I waited for Stellaris to be done before I played it. I'm a big fan of, I will enjoy this when it is ready to be played. And I know that a lot of people have gotten a lot of fun out of Grounded. Like, I'm really glad for the people that are assisting with the playtesting and stuff. But I just, you know, I want to play it once it is full and complete.
This is foolish. Surrender, and you can live.
Thank you, my lord.
Don't go down!
I hope you find true honor in your next life.
Hiu, I would also enjoy some more golf with friends. That'd be a good time. Boy, of all the people that we've killed, that's the one that I regret so far. Everyone else I'm perfectly cool with. That guy did not seem like he seemed like he was sort of reluctantly obligated to have a fight to the death. Hihu, right back at you. Hihu's saying that he really did enjoy the times that he hung out and would love more opportunities. Yeah, and golf with friends would be a lot of fun. I actually just got a chance to play another round of that with Patikin this past weekend. I was taking a break after some raking of leaves. Okay, so now let's go see if we can do this. And thank you to Null, incidentally. Hopefully Null is still here. Thank you for the tip that we wouldn't have to do the entire temple. It's that part of the night where all of my proper names are going out. So, can I jump to the left and get up there? I feel like I can. So, let's try it. Oh, so Drienne was playing some more Raft, but had... And Raft also, that's not done, right? Drienne, that's still sort of in early access. That's the trouble with, like, survival crafting games. They tend to be in early access for a really long time. And when they come out, they're good. Like, earlier this year, we did Subnautica, and that game was... That was the name of it, right? Subnautica. Right? I think that was the name of it. Oh no. Why am I suddenly second guessing this? I am 80% sure it was called Subnautica. But that game was really good. That was another game that was in early access for years. And now the sequel, Sub-Zero, Subnautica Sub-Zero I think it's called, is in early access, and much like Grounded, I'm gonna wait to play it until it is full and complete. Yeah, Hihu, I saw you were playing Craftopia before, weren't you? I seem to remember that, and that game also seems... So I think I jumped to that ledge right there. See it? I'm pretty sure that's what I'm aiming at. I'm pointing it out because if I miss, I want people to know that I wasn't just being a joke. Okay, this seems collapsed and unpassable. Wait. Okay, not so unpassable. No! What? No! What? Hold on. I'm gonna stop touching things. Just don't do that. I do not know why he did any of those things. I only wanted to walk on the beam. Mostly I was thinking in my head just there that I do feel like Neelix gets a bad rap because the character was so annoying. But the thing is, that's not Ethan Phillips' fault. And in fact, as far as I can tell, every single person who worked on Voyager loved working with Ethan Phillips. Apparently he was a real rock. He was under pounds of makeup, and as he once put it, wearing an outfit that was made out of the material they used to upholster couches. It was suffocatingly hot, and according to his co-stars, he never once complained. He was never pale about it. He was never short-tempered. He was wonderful to work with, and that is... You know, that is not going to be my legacy. I guarantee it. But I would have wanted it to be. Like that, he sounds like a delightful person. Oh my gosh, hello to everybody coming over with Caroluna. Caroluna, thank you so much for the raid and everybody that is coming over. We are playing some Ghost of Tsushima. We just found a new shrine. I think it's going to give us a brand new major charm here. The Kami of the Seashore. Let's take a look at it. Arrows are silent on impact. I frankly thought they already were. Now, we do have a suit of armor that would make a good fit for that, but I don't think I want to take out any of my things. Let's take a quick look. If we go to charms, killing enemies restores health, or landing a headshot has a 40% chance to return an arrow. Let's change this out. Killing the enemy restores some health. Let's put in our silent arrow one. Yeah. That could also go on our stealth kit, but I like it here. Kara Luna says, hashtag everything is tractors, which would lead me to believe that he was doing another stream of, yep, Farming Simulator 19. Thank you, Mia, for doing the shout out. That game, when that came out, I was like, I really had to pull back from paying full price for it because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I was like, let me wait for a sale. Well, it's been on sale, not sale. It was free on Epic since then, and I have really been enjoying Sam Melander's streams. There are times when there's nothing I want to do so much as video game manual labor, and sometimes that is something like Stardew Valley, sometimes that is something like No Man's Sky, and sometimes that's something like Farming Simulator. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. And I like all the information that Caroluna was sharing about the different mods that you could do. What is this? Yes, I want Kusaku's armor, but why is that marked here? I still have some additional guys to murder. Like this guy. And this guy. So why is this... Maybe that's where I pick up the armor when I'm done. Although I thought it was back here. No, that's Kensei armor. What is this? Kusaku's armor. Oh, that's a farm. Okay. That's a farm where we can get the next key. Okay, well I could do that. I could resume that tale because we did wander close enough to start it. But before we do that, I wanted to see what number it was. Sorry, everybody, you're sort of joining between quests. Sam Lander saying Farming Simulator is so good as relaxing in a farm sim. That sentence was wrong. And Feecrest is going to be back in a few. Needs to wash his balls, which I assume is either a food product or a billiard product. Let me just take a quick look here. So if we go to the journal... Which... I kind of feel like we have to do the one that we started, though. So we've got 6 of 9 and then 7 of 9. So we want to do the Ghost and the Demon Sensei. Yes. So which one is this? Perfect. Okay, let's go head back there. For everybody joining, we've been having great success so far, much more than I ever expected, getting off kill streaks, which then allow us to do ghost mode. And Sam Melander had asked, does ghost mode always last for exactly 3 kills? One thing that occurred to me is, it would not surprise me if there will be a major charm that extends its duration by, like, 1 additional kill or something like that. Because it's a one-shot, it's basically Golden Gun mode from... GoldenEye. Are you still alive? Nope. Okay, so despite my most fervent hopes, it is in fact just that Feecrest is gonna go take a shower. What is this? Just a post. Oh, it was a road marker. I did not see that there was a path here. Also, we've sort of been on again talking about Star Trek Voyager because I never know what topic is going to come up as we're streaming, and sort of remembering various things about Voyager. The thing about Voyager was ultimately that the producers that were in charge of the series did not care at all about the premise of the show. They just treated it as being more Star Trek, and really, outside of the first season, maybe a little bit of the second, just stopped leaning into the idea that we are a Federation ship that is stranded very far from home with no options for resupply. They just stopped paying attention to it.
What's going on?
Take whatever you want.
I'm not a thief.
Everyone knows you're attacking caravans. The Ghost and the Demon Sensei.
Sensei Ishikawa? That's a lie.
I've heard you myself.
Heard us? When?
Not long ago. Tearing up the road like starving wolves.
How are Sensei Ishikawa and I being blamed for highway robbery? Head north. Find out who's responsible.
Do I want to check out anything here? Probably not. I mean, Firefly isn't saying anything.
Let's go, Sora.
Oh, Samalander is going to go for pumpkin time. Have a great rest of your stream. Samalander, thank you so much for stopping by. And again, I want to thank the person who gave us a gift subscription to your channel. I really like a bunch of those emotes, especially like the heart one. It's very neat. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great evening. And just in case we don't get a chance to connect later on, I hope that you, and this will go for everybody in chat, actually, I can't say this to everybody in chat because I don't necessarily know what country everybody's from. But anyone in the United States, I hope that you guys have a great holiday, just in case we don't get a chance to say that later on. Nope. Oh man, do I not do well against these blunderbuss fools? So Cara Luna is from Norway and will not be having... yeah, so this is American Thanksgiving this Thursday. And maybe it's... So American Thanksgiving, for anybody who might not be familiar with it, is usually an opportunity for family members from across the country to get back together and hopefully enjoy a nice meal, usually around some sort of cooked bird, turkey being one of the most popular, and you have stuffing and cranberry sauce and caramelized onions and ambrosia salad and all sorts of good food and hopefully good company. And sometimes this will be with the family that you were born into, and sometimes the family that you married into, and sometimes the family that you have earned by just making really good friends over the years. And this year, of course, is going to be somewhat different because we are in the midst of one of the worst pandemic outbreaks in the entire world here in the United States. So many of our... It's an uncommon symbol. And yet it's where we're headed. I don't know why it's like a little circle. Now, I see that we can go up the path here, but I'm thinking that it might be even faster if we ride... No. No, that's gonna... I thought that might wind up and around, but it does not. So, we've been talking on this stream a little bit about... Can you go up? Yes. About sort of the plans for Thanksgiving, and we'll be doing some streams over the next several days. Oh, hold on, I hear some arrow shooting.
Sensei.
Ow.
About time you showed up.
You're welcome, Sensei.
I sort of thought that Ishikawa was only going to be an acquaintance for a short time. I'm really glad that he's in it more because I am a fan of Francois Chow's work, and the fact that I was able to recognize him based on his voice and likeness, very exciting.
What happened here?
His caravan was ambushed.
Lots of attacks lately. People say you're stealing supplies, or sided with the Mongols.
Rest easy. I'll discuss this with Lord Sakai.
Tomoe is behind this.
She sows paranoia and fear. Attacking caravans, blaming us. I caught up to his group too late. Saved him, but not the others.
Where was he ambushed?
Close. Why?
Find the ambush site. Track the rest of Tomoe's group to their camp.
That makes sense.
What's wrong?
Nothing. She has me off balance.
We'll put an end to that.
Rest here. Eat the food I gave you. And wait a while before you leave.
Thank you, Sensei.
Show me where he was ambushed.
Oops. I'm angling towards that ladder, but jumping down works too. Caroluna has to turn in. Caroluna, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you have a great evening, and hopefully we'll be able to hang out and watch some of your streams coming up this week.
Being chased.
People avoid the roads because of Tomoe. When I caught wind of a merchant chancing a supply run, I followed.
We're here to find and destroy Tomoe's training camp. But the safety of the island is our priority.
I don't see how those conflict. I was trying to save that convoy.
You could have easily caught up to them. You used them as bait.
So what if I did?
That's a dangerous path to travel, Sensei.
Tomoe betrayed everything I taught her. Then she betrayed me. And after me, her home. I'll hunt her past the horizon if I must. There's the convoy.
And more victims of Tomoe. Let's see what we can learn. No other survivors.
Japanese and Mongol arrows?
Of course. It's a warning to the people of Kushi.
From Tomoe.
From Lord Sakai and Sensei Ishikawa. No travel is permitted on these roads. On pain of death.
Crude, but effective.
Oh, there it is. Looking for what else we're supposed to interact with.
They took off down the road.
And we'll find them. This is the last time Tomoe and her men will ambush anyone in Kushi Prefecture. Come. Let's go.
So we've seen Tomoe one time at an extreme distance, and I honestly have no predictions on how this story is going to end. I feel like she's going to make some dark revelations on Ishikawa. I don't know how I will feel about them once they occur, and I don't know what the resolution is going to look like.
Now who's rushing in with his hakama half tied?
Why is she here alone?
I'll cut her loose.
I will cut her loose. I will get around to it soon. 1 second. Just want to see if they left anything, lady. Yep, see, there's supplies in here. They got some iron. Boy, they left a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. I'm sorry, you were all tied up. Let me go.
You'll be free soon.
Oh, no. No, please. No.
We're here to help.
She said...
Tomoe? What did she say?
She said I could live until the samurai came.
No! On the ledge!
Ow. Oh, boy. So Null is asking if I've played Last of Us 2 yet. Not yet. That is definitely on the docket too. Wow! Wow! Survived the ambush. That is a lot easier said than done. It is definitely on the docket, Last of Us 2, to be played. I just don't know exactly when. Yikes. I'm gonna die here, because I can't get a bead on... Okay. Is that... Go. That was a really good ambush. A lot of times in video game ambushes, it's just... Or, sorry, video games, ambushes are just... kill the dudes. Oh, did Ishikawa take them out? Okay. I guess in my case, survive the ambush was just go hide in the yurt. Ishikawa will take care of you. Hey, don't die yet. I need that resolve. Oh, yeah, I have played and greatly enjoyed the first Last of Us. In fact, I played it, I enjoyed it a great deal, and then probably 2 years ago at this point, it doesn't feel like that long, but just based on how calendars work, it would probably now be about 2 years ago that I replayed it, and I was on the 6th, I played through the whole thing, but I did it so that my friend HW could see it, because I knew that he would enjoy it, based on my experience with it. So I've actually replayed it semi-recently, and I'm very much looking forward to the sequel. But we'll be doing it live on stream, so you will be able to watch along if you are inclined.
Tomoe set a trap for us, and we walked right into it.
I spoke with her 2 days ago.
Tomoe?
The captive. Heard her talking about a Japanese woman she saw with the Mongols. I asked her to find out where they were camped and report back.
You did what?
It could have gone the other way. We'd be standing over Tomoe's body instead.
You talk about what it means to be a warrior. How Tomoe undermines that. But you and she are the same.
You expect us to be perfect. Your uncle, me, Masako Adachi. But only a child expects perfection of his elders.
Finish your thought, Sensei.
We all carry weapons. We all choose between life and death.
And you're too comfortable with that power.
And if I weren't, I would be dead. And so would you, Ghost.
Not everyone can be a samurai.
But we're all killers. We still have a camp in Otsuna to deal with.
So Fikuest is breaking news to me. I did not realize that Ready Player 2 comes out tomorrow. That's the sequel to Ready Player 1, the book, yes? Okay, and we found out about Charm of Swift Return before. We're not gonna make use of that right now. Alright, so I guess he's gonna hang out here. I'm gonna grab these arrows on the ground. Okay, so flesh and stone. Oh, wait, remember how we were gonna return the thing? The statue that we found. Where's that? No? Yes. Yep. Okay, so return to the Kushi Pagoda. I want to do that. Oh, it's in uncharted territory. Next to Kushi Temple and the Birth of Suffering. Well, in that case, I'm kind of inclined to go do this, but that's going to be so close that we're going to touch off the thief. We could fast travel here and get things from the gift altar. We've been very thorough so far working our way north. Is there anything fun here? Just the gift altar. So, yeah, based on the time, I think we're going to have to fast travel over here. Mia's cheering for clean balls and angel fixes. And also, Feecrest pre-ordered Ready Player 2, so it'll download to his Kindle automatically. Be jealous. Yes, so, Feecrest, I have a Kindle Voyage? I don't know, I've since lost track of... I need this guy to die so that I can get his flag. It was gifted to me by my producer, and when I used to have a quirk to it that I would charge it up and then revisit it like a week later, and it would be dead as a stump, run all the way down. And it became such a thing that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to charge up the Kindle if I leave it, you know, in standby mode for longer than 72 hours. And then all of a sudden it went away. because I didn't have a chance to read anything for like a couple of weeks. I mean, it's been crazy busy at work, and I picked it back up, and it's like fully charged still. It's weird. Because my experience with previous Kindles has been, the batteries last for weeks or months. Like, I never had an issue like I had with this guy when I first started using it, but then the issue just went away. Firefly really wants me to go steal that guy's flag. So, all of the next things that we would do would involve additional story content, and unfortunately, it is 9:56 here on the eastern seaboard of the United States, so we are not well positioned to do another major story beat. But we got a lot done. We did a whole bunch of story quests. We did a duel. We did I think maybe more than one shrine, I'm trying to remember, and uncovered a whole bunch of the map. No foxes this time. This might be the first stream of Ghost of Tsushima that we did not follow a fox anyplace. But that is the way it works sometimes. Let's get into position so that we'll be able to... Yeah, you know what we'll do? Let's fast travel to this fox den. Jewelry is recommending to stop watching porn on Kindle, which would be quite a feat. It would be like a flip book that was missing most of the pages, but I'm sure that we'd get the idea. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to get... Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. So we're going to ride north, unfog this part of the map, and while we go, I will encourage people to check out twitch.tv/ToShareGames. He visited with us earlier. He is the proprietor of Streamer FX, and we've been talking recently about all of the various sound and soundtrack problems that we've encountered here on Twitch. They have been very frustrating. So if you want access to some royalty-free music, I do not see a better option, including Twitch soundtrack. None of those are a better option than Streamer FX, which gives you access to a huge catalog of professional quality, royalty-free music from a wide variety of different artists that Toshiro works with professionally. He also does custom voiceover work if you're looking to spice up your streams with that. And that is all, pardon me, available through streamerfx.com. Also streams, particularly on the weekends with Division Force. And
Kushidara Temple. The monks are in danger.
Oh boy, I think we're in this story whether we wanted it or not.
Norio! No Sakai!
Sorry, this is going to take a second. I was hoping to also shout out folks like Samalander, who, oh boy. Wow. Yes, I have very low health. Ow. Ow. Nope, he got me. I have no more resolve. I cannot drag myself back up. Twitch.tv/morethanamiya is playing a variety of games. She is deep into... Yeah, see, this doesn't seem like a scene that I can cut out of. Deep into Dead Space 2, deep into Grand Theft Auto 5, which she's playing on every Sunday, and about to play episode 2 of the final season of The Walking Dead, which will be this Wednesday, and I am very much looking forward to it. Okay, so first of all, I really need to stop getting shot by arrows.
Bastards! How dare they! My lord, look what they've done!
Kushidera Temple deserves reverence, not bloodshed.
Centuries of wisdom lie within those walls, and the Mongols were ready to torch it all to the ground.
They attacked for a reason.
The temple gives people hope. The abbot's been telling people to pray for a great storm to wash the invaders from our home. Now the abbot's missing, and the brutes stole the most sacred relic in Toyotama, a statue of Buddha carved at the temple's founding. My brother would have recovered them. He would have given these monks hope before they ran for the hills.
And we honor his memory and restore the temple.
The Mongols stole the statue of Buddha from the main hall.
And the abbot?
He and his closest followers fled. I'm hoping they found shelter.
I might have good news about that statue.
I'll see to the monks. I hope Abbot Kome is safe.
So do I. So I could talk to him for an additional quest, but... Okay, it looks like the Kushi Pagoda is right over here. Twitch.tv/DrienLavode, that's DRIEN_LAVODE, is doing a full-length playthrough of the entire Walking Dead series, starting with Season 1 and going all the way through. Now, they've played in the past... Hold on a second.
I came to return something that was stolen.
I never thought I'd see this again.
One of your monks lost his life to protect it.
That man was no monk. He was a peasant we'd taken in. One morning I woke to find him gone, along with this statue and one of my robes.
Then he wasn't a martyr. He was a thief.
We are all subject to our choices. His ended in suffering.
Boy, what an interesting detail. That wasn't a monk trying to protect a precious heirloom, a precious artifact of religious significance. It was just a thief who was trying to steal, protect his score. Okay, Charm of Divine Healing 2, that sounds like a good time. Well, at 50% health or less, healing recovers an additional 30% of health. That doesn't go well on this outfit, but it would go great on our Super Defendy outfit right here. And I'm pretty sure that we can... Yeah, we'll upgrade Divine Healing to Divine Healing 2. Excellent. Okay, so even more awesome healing. And then with that, I'm going to switch back to Traveler's Attire. There's a fox, like, right there, who I'm not going to talk to right now. As I saw a fox. May or may not be one that we're supposed to follow. But we are going to save it here, because I accidentally tripped into some story stuff, and I can't afford to do that anymore, because tomorrow is my last day of work for the week, and it is going to be a bit of a sprint to get everything done that needs to be done, and then we will be back for some awesome streams. We'll be streaming with twitch.tv. I don't know about streaming here, but we'll be playing with twitch.tv/morethanamiya, also Fequest and Fox Eyes on hopefully some Bridge Crew, maybe some Phasmophobia, maybe some Golf with Friends. Excellent. Hey, Fox Eyes. He Who Dies is voting to skin it, and tut, no way. The foxes in this game are very, very helpful. They lead us to extremely valuable things, much like real-life Fox Eyes, I might add. Hopefully we'll have some real good news to share on that front in the days and or weeks to come. But Let's see. Sanka UK has recently returned to streaming. His streaming schedule was deeply unsettled by work for a good long time, but you can check him out. He was streaming earlier today with some Sea of Thieves, playing alongside Toxic, and fingers crossed that continues to go. As we mentioned earlier, He Who Dies was playing both Star Wars Squadrons and Grounded. Star Wars Squadrons continues to be, at the time of this speech, like something like 40% off on Green Man Gaming, and I think other places as well. That brings it down to a hot $20, and they just recently announced that they're going to be adding the B-Wing to it. I have to assume that that's going to come alongside a new Imperial craft as well, but I don't know if that's been announced in terms of exactly what it's going to be. Man, that game looks good. Like, just visually, they really nailed the look of that. Several people in our Twitch timeline have been going deep on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. A probably incomplete listing is Patikan, Diesel Jones, He Who Dies, Kay Starlet, JV McMaster, and I want to say there's at least one other person who has been streaming a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We will not be playing Valhalla for some time to come. Because we are looking forward to... Sorry, Go Hybrid just gifted a sub to Fox Eyes. Go Hybrid, thank you so much. That is deeply appreciated. Boy, that that knocked my thought right out of my head. That was very exciting. Thank you very much. Ficrest says, baby Fox Eyes and he were playing Lego Star Wars the other day, and she called the Star Destroyer a space triangle, which is spot on. I really like Space Triangle now. Was Brandon CS... Oh... So, Brandon, Mr. Binky did stream Ghost of Tsushima a whole bunch back at the time, and I know that when the like Legends mode came out, he briefly returned to it. And hello to Markwack, by the way. But I think that he then moved on to Spider-Man Miles Morales. He did not stream today, which was disappointing. I want to say that he either finished Miles Morales or was very, very close to it, and I don't know what his plans are after that. He might be returning to this. He was also doing some return to the new content in Destiny 2, which I have to say is... I don't know that Destiny 2 would make a great, like, hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Destiny 2, but Destiny 2 is something that, as they've continued to expand and refine and improve upon it, watching Brandon's streams makes me very, very interested to play that. I have neglected to shout out at least a couple other people, like Papa Lotko. Sunny Panda has returned to gaming. At the moment, that mostly appears to be on his Discord, which you can join, I'm sure, by however people find and join Discord channels. But hopefully soon, at some point, Div will return to streaming as well. I feel like that should happen at a time and place of his choosing, and that he should feel absolutely no pressure to do so. I can only reiterate that we are very much looking forward to whenever that does occur, because he is the center point of Panda's Beach Babes here on Twitch, and we frankly miss getting to hang out in his streams and watching him play. He was just a really great presence and a lot of fun. I will probably wrap it up there. If, just in case we don't get a chance to connect with anyone who is currently in chat between now and Thursday, and they live in the United States of America, a wonderful, happy, and hopefully safe and healthy happy Thanksgiving to all of you. If you are living outside the United States, best of wishes to you as well. I mean, we might as well wish each other well every day in this year 2020, because it seems like we just don't know what calamity might come up next. But that's why we should take the opportunities that we have to enjoy our company, enjoy each other's good company, and hopefully play some fun games here on Twitch. So we're going to find a way to call that here, and I'm going to look at someone to stream, but be much more careful than last time. At the end of our previous episode, I had the bad sense to raid someone moments after they had gone offline, such that their own audience was still in there to greet us and to share in our lament that we weren't able to join leovader.com for some fun Phasmophobia. So bear with me for just a few seconds. We'll find somebody fun to raid. Big thanks to everybody that participated. Thanks to Go Hybrid for the gift sub. Thanks to Kara Luna for the for the raid and everybody that came over and decided to hang out. And there was at least one other very fun and exciting thing that happened. And I'm actually going to check our timeline here because I want to make sure. Oh boy. So that sound that you heard was the microphone stand coming off. I'm just holding this in my hand now. Oh, come on. I know that somebody else resubbed. This is not showing up. Somebody else resubbed, and it was awesome, and I was so excited about it, and it didn't show up in our timeline. No, that's terrible. Everybody give me just a few moments. Everybody give me just a few moments. Oh, boy. To end that, hopefully that echo went away immediately. Look at... Okay, hold on. Mia has the answer. Ricardnio, thank you. Oh, I just wanted to make sure that I got the name correctly. Yes, Mia, thank you very, very much for bringing that up. And sorry for the horrible echo. Okay, that's enough fun and flailing. We will find somebody fun to raid and hopefully not have any more weird technical glitches. We'll just take a quick look here. And, oh, you know who's up? Drienne Levode is actually up right now. So Drienne, as we mentioned earlier, is doing a full playthrough of all of the Walking Dead games. This is a replay. So although I don't think that there's going to be any spoilers for seasons or episodes not played in this current run, be aware that Drienne is extremely well versed in the Walking Dead franchise, and I would mostly recommend this to people who have either previously played it or have decided that they are not going to play the Telltale Walking Dead games. That said, you will find no better source of information about the games, including places like Wikipedia or interviews with the developers, because Drienne has sort of inculcated all of this and is able to share it in a very fun and warm and welcoming way. So I hope that you guys will stick around while we raid over to Drienne. Until next time, thank you so much. Be safe, and we will see you again, hopefully as early as tomorrow for some fun Bridge Crew shenanigans by way of twitch.tv/morethanamia. Until then, I hope you have a great night.